Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nicole. I'm a 33-year-old cash budgeter in Virginia, and I am currently a stay-at-home mom to two littles, and am trying to become debt-free as well as just get my family in a more financially stable situation. Today we are going to be looking at our next biweekly paycheck and do some cash planning, as well as figure out what bills we need to pay. So if that sounds like content that you would be interested in, I would love it if you could subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. So today we are going to look at August pay number 2, technically. And I know I've said before that we weren't going to be sharing income, and I'm still not going to be sharing the exact amount of my husband's paychecks. But I am going to be sharing what money we are working with. So this does not include what we leave in the bank and any other type of situations. But this is the money that I am budgeting with, if that makes sense. That way it's just a little easier to see what we are working with. So we are going to be working with $2,944 in this biweekly budget. Our bills total that we have to pay, there are these bills right here, minus debt. So let's go line by line. Do I have anything I can use? That's fine. So first up, we have our YouTube TV subscription. This is something we do during football season. We like to have access to more games, and we do it half the year basically. So we have started our YouTube TV subscription again, and that is going to be $73. That will take out. Our Wi-Fi is due for $90. Our pest control will take out for $39. Our insurance, which is our car insurance and I believe our homeowner's insurance, will take out for $228. We have some miscellaneous subscriptions, I believe like Netflix, Amazon Prime, I think a gym membership, just some miscellaneous ones that I just group together. Those will take out for a total of $53. They also take out within the same like 2 days, which is why they're grouped together. My son gets a direct deposit into his savings account for $25. And then we have our debt total that is due. The debt total that is due, this includes minimum payments on the cards or accounts that we have that are technically considered debt, besides like mortgage. So $671 for the next 2 weeks is a big one, but hopefully we can start getting that a little bit under control. And then our basic breakdown over here of our variable expenses, excuse me. My car registration tags are due, so that's going to be around $40. I haven't looked yet. I know one of our vehicles was 35 and one was 45, so this is the third vehicle that we have, and it's somewhere going to be around 40. So I'm going to budget $300 for groceries. I'm going to budget $100 for our eating out. Gas will get 80. I'm going to put $365 into miscellaneous sinking funds, and then we are going to put $266. I don't think that's right. No, we're putting $270. I did not like that random six. So we're going to do $270 into savings, which this is where our savings challenge money will come from. So that is the basis of what we are working with. It's pretty simple the way I wrote it down this week. I'm getting better at trying to make it as simple as possible. We will go through the sinking funds that we're doing on my cash planning sheet and divide up our savings challenge money. And you also, something I do not think we have to budget for this week or this pay period is going to be childcare, because my son is starting school. So we're supposed to find out sometime this week what school he's going to. He's starting preschool, as well as like his teacher and all that type of information. So right now, we don't even know what school he's going to be going to, which is quite frustrating. So since he will be going to school, we are not going to be budgeting for childcare anymore, at least not for this pay period, because he's not going to go. He's going to go one day, which is their like end of summer party, and our babysitter is not charging for that day. And then the following week starts school. They start school here on the 25th. So I will probably figure out I need to talk to my babysitter, because I'll probably start sending my youngest, my daughter, to her random days of the week so I can get some stuff done. She's only 16 months old. She's yet to go to a babysitter like that before. So I'm a little nervous, but I do trust our babysitter. So But I need to get with her and find out like if there's going to be a price change or anything like that and figure out when her first day is going to be. So that will be in the next budget probably. So that's our basic budget. We're going to put this to the side and we are going to pull out our cash planning sheets. I do have some notes to the side, but we are going to go through my binders and we are going to figure out what is going to get what. See if you can see everything. Again, sorry about the shadows. I think it's something we're just going to have to deal with. Um, okay, so first up is going to be one I've already written in. That is going to be, we're going to cash plan for my mortgage payment. I am trying to get back into doing half my mortgage each pay of the month, and which is for this month, or for this budget, it's going to be $600. And this is going to be for September's mortgage. So that is going to be half of September's payment, and then we'll have the other half for next paycheck. So let's go into my expenses binder first and see what we're going to do. Okay, buffer is one that I don't think I've budgeted for. So the buffer is going to not, it's not going to get anything yet. I do not know the exact amount of my husband's paycheck yet. So, oh, also, I need to note how much we are working with. We are working with $1,115 after we do that. So I think my planner was wrong then. Okay, real quick for full transparency, I wanted to add in our half mortgage right here just so I remember. Um, we are cash planning that. It's not something I'm paying, but that's this, all of this right here is what these two numbers equal. And then this 1,015 is this part right here, which is what we are going to be cash planning, if that makes sense. So I realized I had left that off, and when I thought about the math that we were doing, it wasn't making sense, and that's why. So but basically, I do not know the exact amount of my husband's paycheck yet. So basically, anything over the 29.44 that I'm planning on, whether it's already in our account or his paycheck comes in higher than it normally does, that is what's going to go into our buffer. So I'm going to leave that blank for right now, just because I won't know how much his paycheck is actually until tomorrow. I'm filming on Wednesday, but this was the day that I had to film. So um, I don't have the exact amount yet, but it's not going to be off by too much because we're pretty consistent, and I know what's currently in our bank account, and I've pulled from our buffer to supplement, so it'll just be paying back the buffer, and it's a whole thing. So we're not a month ahead, but we're like 2 weeks ahead, I guess. So we're going to skip that one. Childcare, I did write it down, but again, I think we're skipping that because as of right now, I don't think I need to pay for any childcare for the next 2 weeks. Eating out, we are going to do $100, and I will probably do my denominations after. Um, it's going to get $100, and ideally, we will not spend all of that because that's really more than I want to be spending. Gas buffer does not get anything budgeted. My gas buffer will get money at the end of week 1 of our pay period, and it will be from rollover from somewhere. Grocery, I'm going to do something a little bit different with grocery. I think I'm only going to cash plan some of my grocery budget. Actually, no, we will just put the whole 300. We'll do the whole 300 unless I don't pull cash out before I go to the grocery store. Sometimes we get paid on Thursday, and sometimes we're so low on groceries that I go grocery shopping on Thursday. Or I'll just do like a pickup order. So that's an electronic, like I won't have the cash to do on Thursday, or obviously a pickup order is electronic. Um, but I don't think I'm going to have to go grocery shopping until the weekend, so that should be fine to do that. Jason is my husband, and he is getting $100, but I'm only going to cash stuff 60 for him because 40 of it I'm just going to transfer into his. He has a separate checking account that he uses for like when he's at work, because a lot of the places near his job that he would like buy breakfast or lunch from um, don't take cash or don't prefer cash. So he doesn't want to carry cash with him while he's at work. Um, but I am going to cash stuff 60 with the hope that some of that can roll over. My kiddos are only going to get 10, which is going to get cash stuffed. They don't really, I mean, they need stuff, but I have other money that I can use for them. So this is going to be kind of just like bonus money if they get something, like a toy or a craft or something like that. Miscellaneous is not getting anything. Again, like I said, I really need to just um, take that envelope out. And I'm realizing that once again, my trackers are not up to date. So I will figure that out. My kiddo's envelope does have money in it, 5567. So this is left over from when I took clothes up to Once Upon a Child. Um, so that needs to go into their clothes section, not stay in here. But I will do that either off camera or during the cash stuffing. Okay, my envelope is going to be getting $50, and that's just my spending money. Pet care, I haven't been stuffing, but I really need to, because all of a sudden I'll realize my dogs need food. So pet care is pretty much just for dog food, or like treats. It's not their like medical stuff. That's a whole different thing. And then now we're going to go into what I consider like my high priority sinking funds. These are things that they're not necessarily expenses because I don't pull from here every single week, but they are high priority enough that I do want to try and create a sinking fund for them. The first one being Costco. And I do need to go to Costco because I've realized Costco has the milk that my daughter drinks because she has a sensitive stomach. And they also have a certain snack that my son really likes that we are out of. So I do need to go to Costco, and I'm actually gonna budget $50, I think, for Costco. And if I don't spend it, it'll either stay in this envelope or it'll roll over into grocery. Um, Health and baby is going to get 25. My daughter does not need diapers anytime soon, and my son is pretty much potty trained, so he only uses pull-ups at night to sleep in. He, I think, is good for a little bit longer, so we should be okay. And I believe I have some money in here. I have 5, 6, 7. We have $8 left over in there, so that will be fine. Household, we have $10 in households, and we are going to put 15 this week. So household is a sinking fund I'm trying to create, so that I don't have to use my grocery budget for the household purchases. It's household and toiletries, so any type of like soaps, shampoos, paper towels, toilet paper, dishwasher detergent, like any of that type of stuff, laundry detergent, all of that is one category for me now to try and simplify. And that stuff can be pricey, so sometimes I don't want that to always have to come out of my grocery budget. So I am trying to create a sinking fund for that, but it's not going very well because I keep using it, which I guess is what it's there for, but still frustrating. Okay, medical is next, and we currently have $60 in medical, but I do have some miscellaneous medical bills that we need to pay soon. So we are going to add 25 in here, and medical is also um, a category that we do in my savings challenges. So that will also get more money. Not, I haven't been budgeting it in our paychecks, but I've just been using the savings challenges, but I need to start budgeting in paychecks again because, like I said, we have medical bills coming in right now and I need to pay them. Memberships we are going to stuff $10 in here, and I think, whoop, drop that. It only has $10. This is a tracker from the Blushing Hippo, which is also where my bookmarks and dashboards come from. The insert dashboards for my envelopes are just made by me, but this category is for like my Sam's and Costco memberships that renew every year, and it's a priority, but at the same time, it's not. Registration is for my car, which this envelope is empty because I've just been adding it in as a bill. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this um, section or not because I don't stuff it because our registrations are pretty minimal, but they're like back to back to back for our 3 cars. So I feel like I do want to try and get that. And our taxes are the personal property taxes that we have to pay twice a year. Like I said, I do live in Virginia and we have to pay personal property taxes in June and December. But I haven't started saving for that either. So we will get there. The next step is going to be, let's see, our low or our sinking funds binder. Um, I've decided this is just one big section of low priority sinking funds that I made. We're not stuffing too many of these through my paycheck. A lot of these I'm going to be stuffing with our savings challenges, our minis. So a lot of them are empty, but I just started all of my binders over again in May. So it is or June, May or June. I'm not quite sure. So it is a slow going process, but um, that's what, you got to stay consistent in my opinion. So we are, which one? My business envelope. That is the one we are stuffing. I don't think I have any money in here. And we are going to put $25 for that. And what I mean by business is my Etsy shop, which I do have some cute little new minis to show you, which by the time you watch this video, they should be on my site. But we have these cute, they're Hocus Pocus themed minis. You set your amount for each icon, so it works for any budget. Next up is going to be some bookish fall minis, which I'm all about books, so I want to try and have some seasoned book themed challenges. Again, same thing, you just set your amount for each icon, so it's very budget friendly. I didn't do any of these that have set prices this time. And then this one is just a fall trio set for just something. This one's a little more neutral with fall colors. We have the leaf and we have the football. So those are some new minis that I will have available in my shop by the time you see this video. And I don't think we're stuffing, let's see, clothing has $19. That definitely needs more. Copays is empty. Let's see. I need haircuts has 30. I do have to get my son a haircut. Holidays. We are going to put money in holidays. We're putting 25 in holidays, and then during my cash stuffing, either during my cash stuffing or um, one of my savings videos, we will reallocate that money to the individual challenges. So that's going to be it for what we're specifically stuffing for my sinking funds. Next up is going to be my savings challenges. The first one we're going to start with is my savings section. Okay, yeah, so here is my holiday section, and that $25 is going to get split up in between um, these holidays, but we are just going to be looking at this section right here. And let's see, so my emergency fund is getting funded by my tiny savings challenges. I want to just add another $1,000 to our emergency fund. We do currently have about 4,000 as a emergency fund in our high yield savings account, but obviously I want to add more to that. My month ahead, we are working on my utilities, um, which I'm happy to say. So back in June, we had to get an entire new um, HVAC unit. Our AC went out, and we had to get a new um, air conditioning and air conditioning unit and furnace. And it put us in the hole about $10,000, which as part of our debt that we are paying off. But a positive is this month's electric bill and last month's electric bill are typically my highest bills for the year because of the AC being on. And the highest one I got was only $210. And that was last month. This month, the bill that I just got is only 190. And I squealed when I opened it because typically that bill is up to $300, if not more, on its own. So our new system, we got a bigger system, which because the system we had was not uh, was too small for our house basically. And this new system, they try and sell you with all the like energy efficient stuff and everything, but I'm I'm believing it because my bill is a whole lot cheaper than it normally would be at this point in the year. So that's definitely a plus. So, but all that to say, my month ahead gets funded by my mini or my tiny savings challenges as well. But we are gonna do, let's see, I want to do this roll the dice challenge is normally kind of like my catch-all. But it's also kind of like a rainy day fund I'm trying to do. This roll the dice challenge is from Sarah Creates Design on Etsy or Budgeting Mom of Girls here on YouTube. And I also really want to start this challenge from Simply Budgeted. It's just a $200 savings challenge. We have some things that are we need to get soon. Well, I will say I made this to be $200. I put each icon as $10. You can make it to be however much you want, but um, there are some things coming up that we need to save for. So I would like to use that challenge or something else in this section for that. So I think let's just put $20 in this savings category. And then those are my kids' savings challenges for their letter bucks, which I can't budget for because I have to wait and see if I get any letter bucks. Okay, I just realized I have not been subtracting anything. So I know I'm going to be off though because I'm only putting 60 in cash. So this is how much total I have for variable. So let's just see how much we're at. We're at 645 for all of this. I'm going to put that total right here. Okay. And I had budgeted that we were going to have 270. Oh, so we're off by a lot. What am I missing? Minus 1115. I'm missing $200 somewhere. How am I missing $200? Oh boy. Oh, because my gas fund, I am not cash stuffing either. Okay, we'll figure it out at the end. So just ignore the 115. But I do know that I was budgeting according to my planner. We are budgeting 270, I believe. Let's see, let me get this back out. Um, yes, we're budgeting 270. So how much is all of this? So the 300, 100, obviously that's 400 plus 365 is 765, 120. So I'm $120 off, which is the $40 that is going into my husband's account and then the $80 for gas. So that's right. So yes, now we're going to do $270 for these. So let's group this together. All right, and we just did 20. Sorry about that. I had to get a drink. Okay, so let's look. I did move all my binders around again. I swear, I get bored and I just decide to rearrange stuff, but it gets frustrating when, you know, the binders aren't fitting what I want it to fit. So this is officially just my debt binder. It used to be my debt binder and then I changed it last week and then now I'm putting it back. But this has my debt minis as well as my Fridays challenge from Simply Budgeted that we are doing. I am pulling this every 2 months and deciding what to do with it, but most likely it's going to be an extra debt payment. So I want to put some good money in this one, I believe. So we're definitely going to do the 15. I don't know if you can even see it. It's super cute. I'm color coding the numbers per like 2 months. So right now we're doing the blue, and I've been able to kind of stay grouped pretty well. When I first started, I was just using it kind of like a rollover, like catch-all, but I've started budgeting it in and have been able to really keep up and get a little bit ahead technically. But we are going to do the 15 for sure. And then let's see, how much do I only want to do 15 or do I want to do more? Um, let's just start with 15. So let's separate this so I know. So 15. for Fridays. Oh, here we go. And then I have these two challenges that I added in here as well that I want to start just for some higher higher uh, amounts to also add. So for miscellaneous challenges, let's do an extra, let's do $40, I think. And then my minis is going to get 60 for my minis. And so then that way we are putting $100 into towards debt, which my goal is to put $100 every paycheck towards extra towards debt. And my daughter is waking up, so we're going to have to speed it up a little bit. Okay, next is my regular savings challenges. This one is mainly going to be for like my sinking funds. So my minis are right here, and I want to do $40 for my main minis. Whoops, we're going to do 40. But then I also have this one that I keep forgetting to do, so we're going to do half of that and do 15. So, okay, we're at 95. And then these are some miscellaneous challenges back here. We are not going to count those right now. I'm not sure what I want to do with those. I think those are typically challenges that I do for my rollover, I think is what will be my plan. I'm not going to budget for those because they're not designated to a specific category. This binder is what I consider my challenges. I did finally do new dashboards. These I made these myself. So each envelope in here has a set category that these challenges go to. They're kind of like our core savings. I have added 3 new categories. I added one for my kids, I added a bills buffer, and I added vacation in here as well. So now we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 total. So we have 95 left. I wanted to do 100 in here, but we'll just do the 95. And technically that would be the whole amount that we had to put in this binder. And then, like I said, maybe I'll take some of our buffer and because I still need to do my tinies. And I may add another $5 to my big saving challenge binder to make it an even 100. So now let's add all of that up and make sure our math is right. Yeah, so far that was 270 plus 645 is 915 plus this 600 up here is 1515 so far that we are going to be cash stuffing. So that number, when we get to my cash stuffing video, that number may be a little bit different depending on what my husband's paycheck actually ends up being. But it won't be off too terribly because, like I said, I have to put money in our buffer and all that type of stuff too. So that is going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a comment below, like the video, and of course subscribe, and I will see you in a couple days with another video. Bye.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.